Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. We're all George. So happy Saturday. Today, of course, got more Bitcoin news to share with you guys, including why a reversal is imminent. And also, we got a key Ethereum ETF release date that's way earlier than expected. So let's talk about these things and more. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. Bitcoin is still going sideways a little bit, 66.2, still trying to recover from last week, which was pretty bad. That brought us down from 70,000 down to 66,000. But again, I've been saying all week, when in doubt, zoom out, because when you do that, you realize, well, it's not so bad. We're still going sideways, still waiting for that breakout point, that reversal that will shoot us back to 73,000 and beyond. And there are a lot of things that support this, so let me talk about it. But starting out, let's talk about some world adoption, because what it's going to come down to is really more buyers than sellers, and we definitely do have a lot of it. So today it was reported T-Mobile Deutsche Telekom announces that they are going to be mining Bitcoin, which is kind of interesting. Unlike a lot of other companies that are just simply buying ETFs or buying, say, mining companies, they will be mining themselves. And interesting enough, they're also a validator for Fetch AI. A lot of you guys have been asking about Fetch AI and this conversion to ASI. I didn't even know this, but they are actually a validator. So they are already involved with other crypto projects, but they're getting involved with Bitcoin mining. Again, every single company out there is now looking at some kind of Bitcoin strategy, whether to buy Bitcoin directly to put on their balance sheet or invest in something that relates to Bitcoin. In this case, mining. They're about to just turn up a lot of mining rigs. So that is absolutely fantastic. But they're not the only one. I mean, El Salvador, we already know, are very, very pro-Bitcoin. But look at this. As part of our economic plan for El Salvador, we propose BPI, Bank of Private Investment, where we can diversify the financial options offered to potential investors in dollars and Bitcoin. That's awesome. That is awesome. Again, the more people get educated about Bitcoin and the more they're advised about Bitcoin, the more people will be buying Bitcoin, right? So that is also pretty good. Those of you guys from Australia approved their very first spot Bitcoin ETF and will be starting to trade June 20th, which is next week. So approximately Wednesday for those of us in the US and Thursday for those of you guys in Australia. So we're getting global ETFs as well, now in Australia, in Hong Kong, of course the US, Canada, and there's many others. They're waiting to be released, right? So Bitcoin is a global phenomenon, not just a US one, even though I know Wall Street kind of leads the way and can cause a lot of volatility. But globally, as more and more of the 8 billion people on the planet start buying, that's when you know Bitcoin is in a really good spot and is not going away and will only get stronger from here on out, right? Speaking of ETFs, though, cumulative BTC spot ETF volume nearing 300 billion, only 155 days. This week was not good. We did see a lot of outflow, but the only fund that had basically virtually no outflow is BlackRock. And that is not a surprise, okay? Because BlackRock continues to load up. They don't want to sell any, even when possibly you know retail investors and institutions are selling a little bit because they're falling for FOMC or inflation FUD. But nevertheless, BlackRock continues to just either not buy or buy very little actually outflows. But we'll see. That was last week. A lot of again, digesting of what Powell said. Let's see what happens this coming week. We still have a lot of whales buying. $1 trillion, no, $1 billion. That would be crazy if $1 trillion minted out of Tether. $1 billion minted out of Tether Treasury. So again, that's to replenish the Tron network, which means there are a lot of people that are buying with Tether. There's no other reason to be minting it. That means they got a whole bunch of money and they converted to USDT. Right? So whales are still loading up. I've shown a lot of charts and metrics showing how whale activity, whale addresses, whale holdings are all going upwards. They are getting ready for this reversal. They have been buying ever since April, ever since we had a really bad down month. They've been buying and buying and buying and buying. So something is about to happen, right? So again, looking at the halving events of prior cycles, we have some sideways movement, maybe even some down movement right after the halving event. And then we start moving. We start moving in a big, big way. We were accelerated this cycle, obviously, because we hit a new all-time high before the halving. So things are accelerated a little bit, but overall, we're still moving like the previous cycles, just a little bit faster. So, again, if you're looking at this, hey, that looks like that next leg up is starting to build. And there are a lot of charts like this that show the same thing. Again, inverse head and shoulders somehow don't have the same effect as just regular head and shoulders. So, you know, if you were shown a chart like this, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, everyone would cry that a big dump is coming, right? But this is, in fact, an inverse head and shoulders pattern just flipped, because when you put it like this, it looks like for sure Bitcoin dropped. But if you put it the other way, it doesn't look like it's going to go up. But if this is going to hold true, what is going to happen? We're going to go. We're going to form that next leg up and could be right around $90,000. Just like this, I chose this in the thumbnail. There's so many patterns and signals that's showing that we are getting ready for that next leg up, and that reversal is actually right around the corner. It's imminent. So if you look at an ascending triangle, right, that's exactly kind of like how it's been doing. We've been testing the top of the triangle for quite a long time. We tested the bottom now several times. And if we break out of this, 80, 90, 100,000 around the corner. Or maybe we go sideways a little bit more until we're ready. It's going to come. And I think it's sooner than later, because honestly, we've been going sideways for over like 90 days now. So something is brewing, especially with all the whale activity that we've been hearing about behind the scenes. There are a lot of whale activity, that's for sure. All right, what else is there? Well, what about Ethereum spot ETF? Now, just this week, we had Gary Gensler come out and say, well, we think Ethereum ETFs will be out before September or on September. I forgot if he said before. But now there's rumblings that it could come way sooner than that. July 2nd, which is, of course, 2 days before 4th of July and less than a month away. Now, why does this Bloomberg analyst, Eric, think so? Well, he has a lot of inside information, right? So he's hearing the staff sent issuers comments on S1 today, and they're pretty light, nothing major, asking them back in a week. Decent chance they will work and declare them effective the next week and get them off their plate before holiday weekend. Anything possess, but this is our best guess for now. Oh, anything possible, but this is our best guess for now, right? And he was right about spot ETFs. I mean, I think he was one of the first ones, him or James, that came out and said that, hey, we think ETFs are going to get approved, or there's an 80% chance for Bitcoin spot ETFs to get approved. And he was right. So he's putting two together. So we'll see. If Ethereum ETFs come out next month, way sooner than September, I think this could be a huge catalyst for the market as well. I think Wall Street will be loading up on Ethereum, and that's why we have seen a lot of whales load up on Ethereum right now too, along with Bitcoin. These whales are loading up. There's a reason why they're doing it, okay? Of course, you could argue they're speculating just like the rest of us, but that's all the signs, again, all the charts are signs, all the signals, and reading the macro conditions, they're all aligning, and it's going to get, it's going to get crazy soon. It's going to get crazy soon. Okay, outside of Ethereum, what else is there? Well, a lot of people are speculating on Solana ETF approval next. Speculator bet $200,000. So there is a market where you could speculate and bet on things. $200,000 bets on Solana ETF being approved by the end of this year. If we, let's say, by next month, we get Ethereum spot ETFs traded on the market and volume is explosive, I have no doubt that these fund makers like Van Eyck, BlackRock, ARK, they will be putting in their application for Solana ETF. Of course, they're in the market to make money, right? And if there's explosive volume on, we know for sure on Bitcoin ETFs, they're making a ton, and Ethereum ETF, they will make a ton. Why would they not ask for another one, right? What is the market demanding? They're not demanding an XRP ETF. They're not demanding a Cardano ETF. They're demanding a Solana ETF. So that's definitely going to happen. I don't know about approval by the end of this year, but I think we will see applications submitted sometime before the end of this year. I think that's going to happen, but we'll see. These speculators are betting a lot of money on it. A lot of money. And of course, why is there so much hype about Solana? Because it's just doing fantastic. Even though the price, I'll admit, the price action recently has been kind of weak. Really weak, in fact, compared to, let's say, Bitcoin or even Ton, for example, right? But you know what? You just have to chalk it up as a blip on the road to 1,000 plus, okay? Because Solana is not going to go anywhere. It will get its ETFs eventually. And you have Radium posting record-breaking volume in May due to a lot of the memes. Also, they have a ton working behind the scenes on so many things, okay? And even games too. Star Atlas, which was, hyped up in 2021, now they dropped a gameplay. So there are games actually being developed on Solana as well. Not quite ready yet, but everyone wants to build on Solana these days. So no doubt they will recover and keep on going. And speaking of which, Toncoin, addresses and profit hit 100%. Toncoin, there's something about it. I had a Spaces on Friday after my stream. I don't know if you guys know this. That's why you got to pay attention to me on X. I had a Spaces where I held it with Wolf Financial and Moby Media. They have big audiences on X, and I was just having a casual conversation with them about Ton and asking them what they thought. They weren't too familiar. I'm not too familiar. It just seems like Toncoin came out of nowhere and continues to keep on going up and up and up and up. But anyone that speculated on Toncoin probably made a ton because, no pun intended, they just continue to go up. And even recently, they're one of the only altcoins that were in the green despite everything being in the red. It is just absolutely amazing how strong this is. And some people have asked, can they be the next Solana? Maybe, but it's just like all the volume, everything that you hear about, like what's going on with Solana or even Base or anyone else, it's not happening on Ton's network, which I believe is the open network. Everything I'm hearing about is just the clicky games. But it's quite amazing. I just got to pay more attention to Toncoin. That's all. All right. That is it. Let's do some Q&A. All right, I'm gonna try to keep today's Q&A a little bit shorter. I got somewhere to be, but let's see. The Mavs won. The Mavs blew out the Celtics, but it makes me think that the game is rigged. They're like, how could the Celtics be so strong after 3 games and then yet not show up for game 4? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Evelyn, new member, welcome. Mark SD says we need a mega short squeeze, which will happen soon. That's why that reversal is imminent. I do think we're having that. We're in that period. Bollinger Bands, super, super tight. Very tight indeed. And when we have that kind of squeeze, something big is going to happen. MJ Matrix, why Arthur Hayes think Doge is the next ETF? He's just speculating like everyone else. He's like, it's the biggest meme. It's been out for a long time. A lot of places like Robinhood has it, but no institution is looking to buy Doge. Ultimately, ETFs are made for institutions and large players of Wall Street, and I can't imagine any of them are excited about buying Dogecoin. It makes no sense. Dreamshake Jones, thoughts on Stacks disruption yesterday? I didn't actually hear about it. Jake Paul Trump interview. You know what? I've been watching clips of it, just little clips of it. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I thought it was brilliant for both sides. First of all, for Jake Paul to be able to get him is crazy. But second of all, for Trump to even do that kind of interview, right? It's really below him, but I know why he's doing it, because he's trying to cater to the younger crowd. And I think it's just brilliant on both sides, but I didn't watch the whole thing. I just watched clips of it, so I can't really say. But I hear most of these candidates are going to be there at the Bitcoin conference. So Bitcoin 2024 this year in July in Nashville. All these candidates will be there. They're all pro Bitcoin now. So I guess that's a good thing. That's a pretty good thing. Yeah. Oh, Logan. I'm sorry. Jake is the younger brother. It's Logan. Yeah, I'm not able to go to Vulcan 4. I told Jamie about that. I have too many family obligations this month, so couldn't make it. So I already told him that. Yeah, I won't be able to go to Vulcan 4. It looks like Logan Paul also got into some kind of scuffle with Bradley Martin, or it was just like staged that way. It's like he showed up to his gym, and then they said they weren't recording, and then afterwards they just like hugged each other, but there was like no bruises, no scratches, nothing. So like I think it's like a ploy to build up to like some kind of other super fight that's coming up. Yeah, I would. I think they're just too big. They're probably too big. They have too much influence and probably want too much money to be in the IFC. But love to see some of these bigger influencers outside the crypto space be inside the IFC. I think it's going to be wild. William Acker says, because as I understand it, MSTR seems to be in very good position for stock lending. It doesn't pay out dividends, 99%. Don't have company voting rights anyways, and the stock is hard to buy. What are you asking? Are you trying to borrow money against MSTR, or you're saying that's why Michael Saylor does it? Crypto golfer. XRP will melt faces because it's going to go down in flames. That's funny. That's very funny. Rebecca's asking, how do you buy Toncoin on Coinbase? I'm new to buying cryptos, and it sends you directly to Coinbase wallet. Is Toncoin even on Coinbase? I'm not even sure if it is. I mean, look at this. In a sea of red, Toncoin is like the only one in green. But it's not on Coinbase. You can't buy on Coinbase. You have to go to one of these other exchanges, which most of them are not available in the US. You have to use a foreign exchange. Quinn Developments. Glad I didn't sell my Bitcoin for XRP. I don't know what you were thinking there. That's never a good idea. I never touch, like, I may do little trades here and there, but I never touch my Bitcoin holding. Whatever I have in Bitcoin, I just leave it there. And, you know, and I add to it periodically, but like, I never just touch the Bitcoin pile because I know if I do, it's going to be a mistake. The other piles I may adjust here or there, but never my Bitcoin pile. So, and if you trade it, you're going to realize it's a mistake sooner or later. All right, guys. I'm going to let you guys go. Overall, a reversal is going to happen, guys. Imminent. Could be tomorrow. We tend to see good movements on Sunday. Could be tomorrow. Could be next week. Could be next month when Ethereum ETFs get approved and launched, right? Stay strong, my friends. Globally, Bitcoin is being adopted. It's a phenomenon. The cat's out of the bag and will only get stronger. Okay, so stay strong. I'll see you guys on Monday, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. And remember, Sunday walk video tomorrow. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.